Hey, friendos, Steve here.
And Larson.
Oh, let me check something here real quick.
What?
I gotta make sure that our microphone. All right, that should be good. We should be good.
All right.
Welcome back to Ask Steve and Larson.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we got a good one for you today. Today's gonna be special. Look at that. Oh yeah, destruction.
Yeah, it's just aluminum can. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
not a big deal.
Have you ever crushed one on your head before?
No, don't really want to.
I think I've done it once.
Crazy.
No.
Unpredictable.
Let's see if I could do it.
You're edgy. Man,
No.
did you see that idiot comedian that Saturday
I'm
Night
about
Live just hired?
Dull as there is.
You see that idiot comedian that Saturday Night Live just
I read
hired?
something about it. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, man. Why is everybody an asshole these days?
I don't know. I don't know. I saw something on Twitter about it. I was waking up. I just kept on going because I don't know what's the deal. I mean, I guess I should look into it because I like to be informed.
Here's a hint. If you have to say, I'm an edgy comedian, chances are you're probably just an asshole.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah. Anyways, let's do Ask Steve.
Yeah, let's do that.
Got a bunch of questions here.
J. Sean Lawrence, best villain motivation. Not money. Not worldwide domination.
So one of my favorite villains of all time in cinematic history is, of course, Anton Chigurh.
Uh-huh.
That man's just a force of nature.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like when there is
no motivation. He just is.
He just exists to be a destructive force.
So your favorite villain motivation is metaphor.
Yeah, exactly. Or of course, Biff Tannen. He's just an asshole, just a jerk who really just wants to see the world burn.
I'll say.
Oh, I got another good one. Go ahead.
I'll say one motivation I like, but it comes with a very huge caveat because it all depends on executions and why they're seeking this, and that is revenge. Like Wrath of Khan. Khan's a great villain.
Oh,
all he wants is revenge.
Yeah, but it has to be executed right.
But it's very personal.
Yeah.
It has to be very personal. It can't be nebulous. It's got to be very distinct and has to be executed well.
Yeah. I'll say this also along the same lines as Star Trek. The villain in Generations, which was a flawed movie, but the dude just wanted to get back to his family.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted. He was willing to burn down the entire universe just to do that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and any sort of villain motivation that makes the villain kind of relatable.
Human.
Yeah, I think is the most effective.
Mm-hmm. I agree totally.
Because the most interesting characters are complex characters.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I'm happy you brought up Malcolm McDowell's character in Generations. That's
it's good stuff. There was a lot of good seeds of ideas there.
Yeah,
the movie's kind of a mess.
Very well.
Honestly, like it's one of my favorite Star Trek movies only because you get to see the Enterprise filmed so beautifully. You get to see a Next Generation episode that is filmed beautifully because they like mood lighted the bridge, they mood lighted everything. It was great. I love it.
It wasn't just the set lit the same way every episode.
Yeah, exactly.
They had the lighting above, the bridge set constantly. Another from Jay Sean, top 5 favorite sequels. Empire Strikes Back, Godfather 2.
Those are both on my list, yeah.
Gremlins 2.
Yeah, okay. No, I wouldn't put that on there.
No,
not on mine, anyways.
Whoops.
Wow.
There's something recently came out of the sequel that was pretty good.
Well, I mean, Wrath of Khan's got to be on there.
Oh, yeah, Wrath of Khan. Yeah, sorry, Wrath of Khan.
on there.
Although
I guess my favorite, that's probably my favorite Star Trek movie.
What about Infinity War? That's a sequel.
I mean, is it though?
To
what? I mean,
Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. It continues the story. It's the same cast. It's the same franchise.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, isn't it just like a TV series that plays out on movie theaters?
You could consider that, but you could consider the same thing for any long-running movie franchise.
I know what you're saying. I just sort of put that aside. I guess Infinity War could be one. I mean, Thor Ragnarok is technically a sequel, but let's see here. Movie sequels. I know Aliens is supposed
Superman
to be considered. 2. Yeah, Superman 2.
Evil Dead 2 is better than the first Evil Dead.
Let's see here. Magic Mike Double XL. Medea's Family Reunion.
Rocky 3.
Yeah, right. That's a Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
What?
Citizen Kane 2. That was a good one.
Get out of here.
Citizen Kane 2 is dope. Can't believe there was so much murder in it, though. Let's see here. Oh, The Mall of the Living Dead, that one. The one with
Yeah.
the night.
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. That was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, The Road Warrior, the sequel to Mad Max. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It gave the world Lord Humongous.
So yeah, those are all good. Those are all good.
You like
choices.
Toy Story movies, right?
I like American Graffiti too. Not a great movie, but I actually kind of dug that flick. Anyways, what's that?
You like the Toy Story movies, yeah?
Oh, Toy Story 3 was the best. That was like probably the best Pixar movie there is.
I haven't seen it.
It's it's terrific.
Is it better than the latest Toy Story?
I didn't even see that one. I have to. Is it on digital yet? Do you know?
I don't know.
Once that's on digital, I'm sure Bama will watch it. Bama really loved Incredibles 2. Godfather 2 is so good.
Yeah, no.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day, I could see that.
Yeah, I personally just prefer the first one. Another movie question from Stephen M. Smurf Galloway. What's your favorite Tarantino movie? Probably Reservoir Dogs for me.
I'd say it's probably like Pulp Fiction is like probably the most influential movie for me personally, like ever. So I'd probably go with that. I mean, that's an easy answer, but it's the truth. It's probably either that or I know you have issues with it, but man, Inglourious Bastards, I freaking love that movie.
It just felt really stagey to me.
You know what's funny is that you're actually really good when you have critiques on movies. They're very insightful, but sometimes they end up being what I love. I love that movie plays out like a play.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that about that movie. I think it's great. But yeah, it's got to be either Pulp Fiction or that. Yeah.
Christopher Rampersad, what are your thoughts on the whole Antonio Brown story? He specifies here. I guess we can answer this part of it. Leaves the Steelers to go to the Raiders and leaves the Patriots. Well, he won that.
There's a lot more to that story.
There's a lot more to it than that.
The Patriots have issued a statement saying that they're going to investigate that or something.
Yeah. Apparently, he's not going to face any immediate suspension since there's no criminal investigation currently. It's just a civil matter at this point.
Was it 3 cases of sexual assault?
As for the moving from franchises, so sounds like the Steelers were tired of his distractions, so they trade him to the Raiders.
Wasn't Roethlisberger accused of that kind of stuff too? They're like, we only have room for one sexual assault artist on this team. There's only one position open.
And then, so he got traded to the Raiders, and then there was the helmet stuff. He had frostbite in his feet for getting therapy for too
like
long.
You really didn't want to be there.
No, and I guess I read it somewhere on at one point that at some point he hired some social media expert or something to help him find a way to not be on the Raiders anymore.
Guy seems like a giant turd, to be honest with you. He just seems like a huge
Well, he put
turd.
a video up on YouTube before he got released with his phone call with John Gruden.
Apparently, Gruden was tickled by that. He thought it was funny.
That's interesting.
Because he doesn't have number one. Gruden seems like, just from watching him on TV, Gruden seems like a funny dude.
Yeah,
he seems like he'd be a hoot to be around. But you never know what people are really like. If you're in the NFL, you got to be a little bit crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, apparently that was pretty funny. I don't think I didn't listen to it. I just read some of the transcript, and Gruden seemingly has nothing to be ashamed about with that conversation. He was like, "Hey, put distractions behind you. Let's play some football."
So do you want to be here or not? That's essentially what he was asking him. I didn't actually watch. I didn't listen to the video. I just saw the video with subtitles on.
Yeah.
Daryl Busa, do y'all still play video games like before?
I am not deep. I am 3 games into my Slow Wolfpack season. I was in the 4th quarter with an 11-point lead on the all-time Phoenix Suns. The problem with that, of course, is the all-time Phoenix Suns, because I did a draft where all the players were on the board.
Yeah.
The all-time Phoenix Suns have like Steph Curry, their own Marc Gasol.
Wait, the all-time Phoenix Suns have Steph Curry?
Because here's the thing. Originally, it was going to be I was going to have the Slow Wolf Pack, and the rest of the league was going to be all-timers, right? Just pay attention to me for a second.
Well, I'm educating myself here.
Well, do you want to know what's going on?
I'm listening. Yes, continue.
I actually said what happened, and then you asked me a question about it.
There was clarity. I was asking for clarity.
Okay.
Because there's cognitive dissonance there when you say all-time Phoenix Suns is Steph Curry. That's something that bears repeating.
I did actually say there was a middle part there, though. Listen. Just listen.
Fine.
So originally I set up the team schedule so that it's all-time teams.
Yeah.
And slow Wolfpack, right?
Yeah.
But then in order to get players that I want, I had to put all those teams through an entire draft. So all the players then went up for grabs so we can all draft them. So it didn't matter what teams I had because we threw all the players up in the air anyways.
It makes my head hurt.
So last night, my backup center, Marc Gasol, was in battle against Marc Gasol of the all-time Phoenix Suns.
He's never played for the Suns.
Steph Curry has never played for the Suns, but he's on that team.
That's interesting.
It's insane. It's insanity. That's why it's so great. Did you see the picture of Nash and McGrady that I posted?
I saw that, yes.
With the all-over jerseys?
I saw that,
They're
yes.
great. You have to love them.
I don't have to love them. I like them, but I don't have to love them.
In the fourth quarter, well, I want to get these made. 11 points up. Steph Curry started lighting it up for three.
I mean, that's Steph Curry, man.
Oh, it was
what he does.
so irritating. And Garnett's really good on that team.
Happen? Oh, they got Curry and Garnett?
They have Curry, Garnett. Who else do they have?
Please tell me their entire roster is composed of players who've never played for the Suns.
If any of them played for the Suns, it's completely coincidental. Garnett, Gasol, Steph.
None of them played for the Suns.
Oh, man. Who else? I forget who else is on their team. Man, I had them dead to rights.
Oh, and you choked?
Yeah, I was up 11 in the fourth.
Yeah, it's called a choke job.
All I had to do was stop playing. I literally could have just held on to the lead. I could have just milked the clock. I would have been fine. Instead, I just kept on running that ball, and people kept on bricking.
What happened to dump it down the shack, kick it out if there's a double or triple team? You got away from Steve Ball.
The ball's got to fly. The ball's got to go through the hoop for the points to count.
Yeah. Well, you got Shaq down there.
He can't do anything. He's on the trade block, man. At this point, I might just take cash for him.
Terrible idea. D minor, what sport would you get rid of forever? I know your answer to these three. Football, baseball, or basketball? You get rid of baseball, probably.
No, I'd get rid of football.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball, look, say what you will about me. I love history. Baseball is ours.
Yeah.
We stole a game kind of like it from the English.
Cricket.
And then we made it ours.
Uh-huh.
No, they had like an evolution of that.
Oh,
they had their own baseball.
Yeah.
We took it, made it better, made it ours.
Uh-huh.
And not a lot of people get really hurt, not to the degree that football. You gotta be a little crazy to play football.
Yeah, that Gronk video was...
Right? It's cringy. It's hard to watch. Yeah. 20 concussions, 5 of them are blackouts.
He had fluid on his head.
When's the last time do you think any baseball players had 20 concussions?
I don't know.
It's got to be a guy
back when they didn't wear helmets.
Yeah. So, no, I would get rid of football. It's horrible.
Yeah. It is pretty brutal. J.S. Wooten, what are the toys you two were into when you were kids, and do you still collect toys? If not, what were your largest collections? No, I don't really have the means to collect toys anymore. I was huge into G.I. Joe, He-Man, and my brother was more so into Transformers than I. I was mostly G.I. Joe.
I was Transformers, He-Man, and my favorite was Mask.
Yeah, I had some Mask stuff.
Mask.
I had some Mask stuff too.
I loved Mask. I was all about it.
Yeah, good stuff. Trey Saunders, if you could write the biography for each other, what over-the-top story would you throw in about each other? I would toss in the story about you playing GTA and run over the stop sign.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because that one's funny.
Yeah. Over the top. I would probably exaggerate your drunken brawl with Hilton to actually make it an actual brawl as opposed to just a vicious stare down.
Okay. Still
I thought my two best friends were going to murder.
Make it a reality.
I would maybe have you murder Hilton.
Wow.
Like,
I mean, he's alive. Yeah, that's easy to dispute, man.
Yeah, well.
At that point, it's a work of fiction. Another one from Stephen M. Do you automatically trust people less when they say they don't like dogs?
Yeah. Yeah. I want nothing to do with somebody who doesn't like dogs unless there is like literally a physical reaction to the dander.
Yeah, I mean, if you're allergic to dogs, then
yeah.
I guess if they don't like them, that's prerogative, so long as they're still cool with dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if a dog comes near them and they want to kick them or something, that's no good.
So if somebody says, "I'm a cat person," that's fine.
Yes, exactly.
That's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if somebody like Trump, he doesn't understand why people have pets. that means there's a part of your soul missing. If you don't understand bond between man and animal.
he's incapable of love.
Right. Yeah.
That seems pretty obvious.
Yeah. So yeah, I would probably be a little wary of somebody who like was like, oh, dogs, that's gross. Ugh.
Yeah, my feeling is so long as they're respectful, that they're animals and should be treated well. I mean, their prerogative is, oh, I don't like dogs. They lick their butts. I don't like them. Okay, that's their prerogative.
Yeah, sure. I'm not saying it's not their prerogative. Would I trust them less? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with that. Hey, look, man, I'm getting old. I only want to surround myself with people who I think have like,
No, I understand that.
like they have a soul.
Stephen M. Top munch, go-to junk food, and favorite cocktail. I know Larson is partial to hammering back a few gin and tonics. Gin and soda is actually my drink.
Go-to junk food?
Yeah.
I sort of have the trifecta at my house, but like we don't really partake that often. It's either Del Taco, McDonald's, or Burger King. No, not Burger King. Taco Bell.
For me, it's just chips. If there's chips in the house, I'll eat them. Mm-hmm. I love me like kettle chips, tortilla chips, any sort of chips.
Yeah, sure.
Pringles. Mm-hmm. Love them.
Pringles are great.
The one and only Just AJ. If you could create one new law that everybody had to obey, what would it be and why? Get rid of fossil fuels. That would be mine.
Yeah. I would impose the same penalties for dog abuse or even just general animal abuse as it pertains to children. That's what I would do. If I can enact one law, I would say if you've engaged in dog fighting, that's like child abuse. What is the penalty for that? If you murder a dog, it's like murdering a person.
Commiserate jail sentence and such.
That's what I would do. I think science tells us that the brains of dogs are not unlike those of toddlers, and for the life of me, I don't understand why. Because the creatures, physiologically, biologically, are that similar. Then why is it not a thing? That pisses me off. That makes me mad. Those are creatures of the earth, man.
Oh yeah, every creature of the earth should be treated with respect. I agree with that 100%.
At the very least, get rid of all trophy hunting.
Yeah. Oh heck yes.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, I mean you gotta value the sanctity of all life.
Yeah, man, I agree.
D minor, what song is stuck in your head? I don't know if I have a song stuck in my head right now. You were singing something when you came in today, or when I came in today.
What was I singing?
I don't know. I couldn't understand it. When you sing songs to yourself, you're like this.
Sounds right.
That's all I hear.
Yeah. Because I was listening to a podcast on the way into work today, but I know I did have a song in my head. I literally don't have one right now.
I don't either.
I mean, if the question is what's stuck in my head right now, no song is in my head right now.
If there's any song stuck in my head, is this song I've been working on.
Yeah, that's good. That's cool.
Trying to figure out how it's going to go. Brian Gallagher, would you rather be stuck at the top of a Ferris wheel in high winds or stuck in an elevator with a stinky person? Give me the elevator. I don't like heights and I don't like wind. Ferris wheel in high wind sounds absolutely miserable. And that thing's rocking back and forth. Fuck that. I get used to the stink. Fuck that.
I'm trying to come up with a reason why I'd prefer the Ferris wheel, but I think you're absolutely right. You're not going to die in a stinky elevator.
Nope. Well, I mean, if you were there for like 3 days, you would. But
maybe, I'll put it this way, maybe it would depend on how stinky the person was.
What if they smell like literal shit?
Okay, so here's a better question. What would you
What?
What would you rather be stuck in? The Ferris wheel or that porta potty from last week or 2 weeks ago? I'm gonna say the Ferris wheel in that case.
As long as I don't touch anything in the porta potty, I get used to the smell.
But there's poop everywhere.
Like I said, as long as I don't have to touch anything.
Oh, it's so gross. It's still in my head. I can still think about it. It's in my head.
Grow up. D minor, if you could be your NBA 2K20 player, what build and position would you be?
I just realized that I can do that too. I realized that you can create a character for your NBA team.
Oh, you're going to have you on your team?
Yes.
Your team's going to be garbage.
I honestly wish.
Well, let me see. If you create a guy,
desperately...
Can you max yourself out instantly?
If I thought it would help our channel in the least on Twitch or whatever, I want to play that game with you so desperately.
Yeah.
Because I think you would get such a kick out of it.
You know what I would do? Launch up 3 balls the whole time.
I know. Whatever you want to do. Either you and I craft the perfect team, or you craft a team and I craft a team. We play each other.
Right.
However it would work. That's what I want to do that so desperately. At this point, we're trying new things for the channel.
Who knows?
And that's so low on the list of priorities that I think
Absolutely.
it would work for the channel.
Yeah.
But man, I think it'd be fun.
It'd be fun. Matt Knight, which body part do you wish you could detach and
Get
why?
a 3-team league, you, me, and Hilton.
Yeah. Let's play each other all the time.
Call it the new big 3.
There you go. Matt Knight, which body part do you wish you could detach and why? Maybe my posterior.
Your butthole.
Yeah.
Clean it.
Yeah.
Ew.
So what else is there?
Okay, I'll suggest this. If it was possible to remove a head and put it on a freshened body, like a fresh, new, virile body, stud body, giant hog,
Yeah.
et cetera, like already jacked,
Yeah.
I would probably consider that. I'd be like, oh, cool, give me a body transplant. Put my head on another body, or like a dog body. Dog Steve rolling around, woof, woof.
Bark, bark.
Bark, bark.
No, horse Steve.
Horse
And you
Steve,
just
there
do
you
your
go.
Bret Hart neigh the whole time.
Nay.
If someone, not necessarily you guys, went back in time to prevent a movie from being made, what movie could they erase from existence that you think would change film history the most, for better or worse? It would probably be Birth of a Nation.
Yeah, that's literally the best answer. That is totally the answer.
Because it would change film history for the best, because it is a horribly racist film. At the same time, it more or less established the language of film as we know it.
It created the modern motion picture. 100 years ago it did this.
Yes.
And yet when you look back and say, oh, what was the crowning achievement in film that created the language of movies? It's a terribly racist movie. And it was so racist, he tried to make a movie to make up for how racist it
Called
was.
Intolerance.
Called Intolerance. Too late, man. You made a movie about the Klan.
So that's the answer. Jay Sean Lawrence, did you guys
Did you ever see Birth of a Nation 2? It's not actually Birth of a Nation 2, but the Birth of a Nation that came out like a couple years ago.
No, I wanted to. I haven't
Neither
had a chance
did
to
I.
see it yet.
Yeah, I wanted to also.
Jay Sean Lawrence, did you guys watch the 30 for 30 on Rodman? If so, what do you think about it? What player would you like to see get their own 30 for 30? I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I really like the 30 for 30, so hopefully I get a chance to check it out at some point.
I have not seen it. It looks fascinating. I did see a segment on the Rachel Nichols show, whatever that's called, where she was interviewing both Rodman and Pippen, and she had said, if Jordan hadn't, how many more seasons could you guys have won championships?
Yeah, if Jordan hadn't
and
called it quits.
The next season was the shortened season, and Pippen was like, man, us being able to rest our legs or rest our bodies and only have 50 games, he was like, we would have gone 50-0, and we would have had at least 1 or 2 more championships. But of course, everything fell apart between Phil and the owners, and Jordan was like, nope. So, kind of interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. Trying to think of some players. Like they had one of Bo Jackson that was really interesting.
The 30 for 30s are so good, and the Bo Jackson one, yeah, that was great.
That was really good.
Talk about a guy who like captured the zeitgeist for a second.
Oh,
you know?
heck yeah, man. I'm just trying to think of some compelling.
Hey, did they ever do one on Pistol Pete?
Don't know.
I know. I think there's been a documentary on Pistol Pete.
Yeah, there has
out
been. I don't know
there.
if it was a 30 for 30 though. He was an interesting character.
You know, it'd be kind of interesting if they did a 30 for 30 on like sports conspiracies, like the Jordan suspension /
Gambling
was he
thing.
actually? Yeah, was he? Yeah, that kind of stuff would be interesting. Even just a 30 for 30 on that.
Even just, like 30 for 30 on David Stern would be interesting.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Hyper Lee, have you guys thought about doing a live podcast show on location? If so, what would be your dream place to do it? We did one at Starcast 2.
Friendo Fest.
Blast. Yeah,
Friendo Fest.
right there.
Sorry, you touched me.
And that was a blast.
Yeah, it was rad. I loved it. I'd do another one. Do I have a dream location?
I think it'd just be fun. Here's my dream location: be able to have one here in Sacramento and get a good turnout for it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that would be tops.
That'd be neat.
In my eyes, that'd be the best. The villain Alan Black in the most Scooby-Doo way. How would you capture the Zodiac Killer? You know that Spider-Man meme with two Spider-Mans pointing at each other? I would dress in the Zodiac get-up.
That's how you got to do it.
That's how you do it.
Stage. It would have to involve you dressing, and I don't know the logistics. You dress up as Zodiac Killer, and I fake my death in coordination with that.
Yeah, we go to Lake Berryessa.
Yeah, exactly.
We recreate the whole scene. We'll wait for him to come out to say, like, what's the deal with this? And I'm all, shut up and give me your keys.
You got to say, shut up and give me your keys.
Yeah, he goes, no, shut up and give me your keys.
Yeah. There you go.
This is the Zodiac speaking. D Minor, do you guys consider yourselves woke?
I've had plenty of coffee today, so I think I'm good. I think I'm happy. I feel like he knows that I'm not a huge fan of parlance that has only come up within the past couple of years. Let's see here. Alert. This is the definition of woke for the young people. Alert to injustice in society, especially racism. I kind of feel like we fall under that particular banner, whatever definition.
Yeah,
I like to consider myself. I try to stay abreast of what's going on.
Yes, agreed. So like the thing you mentioned, the SNL guy, I scrolling through Twitter, I saw something about it. I was like, I'll get to that later. I'm waking up. Just read about it. I'm informed now.
Yeah, see, there you go. You're woke. You're alert to the injustice.
I mean, in a broader sense, I think we're both aware of systemic issues facing, particularly this country, that are holdovers from a bygone era.
I think our general credo.
It's shitty that's still the case.
I think our general credo of just be cool sort of applies to all that stuff. Like, our thing is this, like, it kills me that people in this country, let alone the world, but just this country, do not have the same opportunities that have been afforded myself, given where I was born, what my parents look like, our economic status, et cetera, et cetera. It bums me out it tears me up that people, just because those things are different, do not have the same opportunities as me and you have. Yep. And that's something that I'm not happy about, and I'm never afraid to speak up about.
Same.
So yeah.
And then this hopeful in the near future that there's positive steps that we as a country can undertake to start resolving
good things now.
Some of these issues, and maybe in the near future we can all just be cool.
That would be the coolest.
Yeah, that'd be the absolute coolest.
Yeah.
Tim Ferguson, since you watch basketball, did you ever watch the WNBA? I think I watched a little bit when the Monarchs were birthed.
I have. I've watched a little bit.
Didn't you go to a game?
I want to say I did, but I honestly don't remember. I know that my brother-in-law took my niece to a game, and he had a funny story about a player, like an NBA player, and God, I forget what that story was. He was like sitting in front of, I don't know who. I don't remember who it was, but they seem to be really cool, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Last question from David Navarro. All eat wrestling wrestlers as breakfast cereals.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at Luchasaurus. That guy has breakfast cereal written all over him.
But what cereal in particular?
Yeah, one of those really sugary ones.
Is there a cereal with a dinosaur mascot?
Probably. It's got to be, right? Or do they just rely on the Flintstones licensing stuff for that?
Oh, so Fruity Pebbles then.
Fruity Pebbles. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally Luchasaurus.
All right.
It's all green and stuff.
Kenny Omega. It's a little flash. He's frosted mini wheats.
You think so?
Yeah, there's a little flash. There's some flash. There's some sugar to him, but there's a lot of substance too. Who's frosted mini wheats then?
Cody.
No, Cody's shredded wheat.
No, man, don't give him that. He's got sugar to him.
Cody's Raisin Bran.
Cody's a Raisin Bran.
He's maybe in popular perception.
Who's Grape Nuts?
MJF.
Salt of the earth. No, what's the saltiest cereal?
Cheerios.
There you go. There's MJF.
The Young Bucks. Who are the Young Bucks?
Again, I think they're very sugary cereal. They're like, what's the most sugary cereal? Captain Crunch.
Yeah,
they're the
Crunch
captains.
Berries.
They're the captains of AEW.
Yeah,
anyways,
there you go.
Crunch Berries. There you go. That sounds right. Anyways, that's it for Ask Steve and Larson. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
And we appreciate all your support. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.